Okay, today we are going to look through at 4NA mock exam paper 1 practice for your N-level paper tomorrow. Okay, so pick out a few more significant questions and basic concepts that you must know. First question 1A, by writing each number correct to one significant figure, please read the question carefully. The question asks you to estimate each number to one sig fig. So you round off, then you calculate. Alright, so you round off, then you calculate. It is different from the other type of question where they just say this type, like question 1B. Question 1B here is calculate, then round off your answer. So there are two different things. One is round off, then calculate. The other one is calculate and then round off. Okay, so they mean very different things. Next thing, this question number 2. Question B here says that the difference, they ask you to calculate the difference as a percentage of the exact answer. So what do you need to do? You need to first find the difference, then take the difference, divide by my original number, the exact one, times 100%. Okay, so that's how you get your percentage. As in this case, my percentage is such a small number and the number is not exact. So I round off to 3 significant figure. Oops, sorry, wait. Yeah, correct. When the answer is not exact, round off to 3 significant figure. Okay, so these are the main two concepts for these two type of question. Next one, I just like to highlight the recent test papers, or whether is it in paper 1 or paper 2, this word over here, million, has been often repeated. So I'm hoping to highlight these so that you know what is a million again. Million has 6 zeros times 10 to the power of 6. But if I write 83 times 10 to the power of 6, the number 83 is not a standard form. So I need to change the number 83 to a number smaller than 10, which is 8.3. Okay, oh, Kimmy is here. Hi, Kimmy. Okay, Kimmy, I'll just highlight again. This question over here, I just wanted to say, this question here, the question type is to round off, okay, then do calculation, right? While the other question over here, this question over here is to do calculation, then round off. So they are different in terms of the steps of the working. So please take note. Next question, the million in standard form. So million has been commonly tested recently. So million is times 10 to the power 6. But the number 83 is not in standard form. So we need to change this 83 to 8.3. But 8.3 times what to give you 83? 8.3 times 10 to give you 83. So the number 83 becomes 8.3 times 10. Okay, then 10 to the power 6 is still there. Now I have 8.3 itself and I combine these two portions together. So I combine these to give me 10 to the power of 7. Okay, so this one, please know how to write your answer for million and know what million is. Next question, question number 2. This is very straightforward. Expand, simplify. Okay, then simplify this part. Power 2 means to repeat the pattern, right? And then you expand. Then don't go back and factorize it again. Leave it as the answer. So when they say simplify, these are some of the simpler terms. Okay, basic that you must know. Question 2B, I think most of you know how to do. You do cross multiplication, right? But you cannot put that equals, you must make it equal to 0. So you must shift the 9 over. Okay, at this step, right, you can choose to either use factorization if you can recognize it, or you can choose to use the calculator, the quadratic formula. Both are fine because the question did not state the method, they just say solve the question. So you can expand it, then you factorize and give your two answers. Or you can use the quadratic formula to find your answer. Okay, so far so good. All these are the basics of the basics. I'll leave it to you to do. So I'll spend more time on the harder questions, okay? Question 2C. Can you tell me what does this mean? Anyone?
5x minus 5.
Correct. So we have x minus 5 two times. There is a difference between this and x minus 5, x squared minus 25. Okay, if I have x squared minus 25, this one has no brackets, right? And there's only x squared itself. And this can be broken up into x plus 5, x minus 5. So these two, one is plus, one is minus. This one, both are minus. They are not the same, different from. Okay, so they are not the same kind of thing. So please make sure you don't mix it up, okay, and write it the other way, others, or put it as a 1 plus 1 minus. They are not the same kind of stuff. Okay, then next question over here. Oops, why is this? Then you combine, you multiply the x minus 5 over here for this fraction. Now your denominator is the same, combine them together, get the answer. This one, simple, right? Everyone should be able to score this question. No problem. Okay, I say no problem, but I don't know whether you got problem or not, right? So I must make sure you all know, okay? Now, question 2D. This one is also the simple single fraction, but what do we need to take note of? I send you my favorite letter. What do I need to do?
Factorize.
F for? Yes. Okay, when we factorize this here, how do I know this pattern? This is two terms and got the pattern a square minus b square. And I know square root of 25 is the number 5. So when I have this is a plus b, a minus b. So you get 1 plus, 1 minus. So when you see this kind of situation, immediately go and factorize this. 1 plus 1 minus, right? And next thing to take note, this one is a negative sign. When I multiply by something, my sign inside may change. So must take note of the negative sign here. Okay, must observe this. So now I put it into my same denominator, what x plus 5, x minus 5. Then this is 1 minus, I'm going to multiply it inside, yeah? Negative 7 times x. Negative 7 times negative 5 become positive 35. And then you simplify, you get the answer. So far, this is still doable, correct? Okay, just make sure you can recognize that pattern, that term. Next question. Okay, the next few questions are all going to be different forms of compound interest rate. So I just try to put them together. Question 3A is the recent common grant. You have the sample question in your prelim paper as well, where it hops up, then it go down 70% of each one. Then okay, right? Something like that, right? So when you have this kind of question, right, you just need to repeat the steps year by year or each time after each time. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just use my compound interest. They did not tell me how many years. Okay, read the question. I have the principal. I have my interest rate, but I do not have the number of years. And they tell me this one exceed $1,500. This is my total amount. So in my formula, I know you always don't like to write formula. You only put 1 plus R over 100. But remember, this thing is called total amount equal to remember the one in front. So I want my total amount is 1,500, but since they never give me the year, I have to try out one by one. I test it out one by one. Some of you may not like to write such a long working. No problem. You key into your calculator and you change the year and test the number of years until you get the final one. You show this working. Then you write the year number 5. Also can, no problem. Okay. Alternatively, there is another type, okay, of maybe if they say simple interest or what, maybe another type, they say 5% more of the previous year's amount. Then you can also do 105 repeated, then you change the power times the 1,200. Okay, then you change the power. Power 1, power 2, power 3, number of years, you change the power. So sometimes the question like the one with your prelim paper, it's the height gets reduced by 70%. So you keep multiplying by 70%, but 70% is repeated a number of times. So you just keep changing the power, multiply to the original height. Then you keep working until which is the time that, which number of time that you will hit a certain height, okay, or whatever. Then you give that as the answer. So if you are too lazy to write down every single step, you can key them into your calculator, but you keep the last step, okay, and write down the answer. Is this okay so far? Yeah, this one is the new trend. So new trend like that, the teacher want to make your tedious and work it out. So you have to do it this way. Okay. Next one, then if it's not the new trend, maybe they might go back the original old style question. The old style question is always looking at the keywords that you need to interpret. This question is talking about the increase in the value. So as usual, when we find our compound interest formula, this is total amount. Right, so how are we going to find the increase? What do we do? How are we going to find the increase? We take the new amount, then do what to it?
Minus.
Yes. All right, so we minus away and we can get our answer over here. All right, so watch out for the keywords. And in this case, the question even bold itself for us already to highlight to you. Okay. Next question, this one is also compound interest, but the question give you the 2100 over here. This is not the principal. They say an invested an amount of money, but this is not the principal. This is my total amount, right? So you remember when you write your formula in your copy it from the cover page have the word total amount. So plug in your total amount over here. P is the money that I invested, 1 plus R over 100 to the power of 3. Okay, but this whole thing can be calculated. I only want to find P, so I'm going to divide it away. I get rid of it by dividing it away, and I'm left with P. Then it's not a nice number, right? If not, usually I think the original answer is supposed to be 2,000, right? But maybe we round down a little bit. We didn't change this number to be good enough. But else not, maybe the exam might say round off your answer to the nearest dollar or round off your answer to the nearest 1 sig fig or whatever. Then you do answer accordingly to the question. Okay, right? This part still okay, right? This few of them is still okay, right? The only hardest one is you cannot find the power, so you have to keep on testing. So another one is finding power. There can be another type where it's still the same formula, but the R is missing. So if the R is missing, you need to get rid of the P, get rid of the power root form, then do the R. But that is not very common. But if it comes out, you can still apply your algebra knowledge to solve the question. Okay. Next question, question number 4. Actually, question number 4 is quite an interesting question. Okay, it combines a few topics together. First one, this is a trapezium. So we have two parallel lines and they gave you this is 90 degrees. Write an expression for cosine ABE. First thing, ABE is obtuse angle. For obtuse angle, if you still remember, for sine, cosine, tangent, acute angle, all are positive. Obtuse angle, only sine is positive, cosine and tangent are all negative. But for obtuse angle, only cosine and sine is tested in the syllabus. Okay, so from here you can easily observe if I have a obtuse angle and I want to find cosine, it will give a negative answer. And this question over here is asking for find cosine. Angle ABE, not find angle ABE. There is a difference. If the question is asking for cosine angle ABE, they want a ratio, a fraction. If they asking for the angle, this one comes in something degree, 1 decimal place. So they are two very different things. Open up the eyes, read carefully, and it's only 1 mark. Usually when they need to find the angle, it will easily be 2 marks already. Okay, so in this case, I just want a fraction, CAH, cosine, CAH, ratio of adjacent over hypotenuse. So the adjacent, this angle is obtuse. There's no right angle triangle here. What can we do? Which right angle triangle are we going to use?
Find from the other triangle.
Yes, correct. So we're going to find from the other side of the triangle over here. So if this is my other side of the triangle, this is my angle here. I'm going to look for my opposite, adjacent, and the hypotenuse. So CA over H, that will give me 7 over X. But obtuse, so we need to add a negative. Right, so it would be negative adjacent over hypotenuse, 7 over X. Do you all understand this so far? Those who understand, please raise up your hand, then I can. Okay, confirm? Okay, good. I highly suspect you'll be tested, maybe like something along this line concepts. So please make sure you know, okay? Next question. The question tells me, this is the type. I purposely chose this question. Why? Because this is a type where you don't like to form equation and then you don't know what to do to find the unknown, right? And you have more than one unknown some more, right? For this type of question, like I say yesterday many times, follow what the statement rule. The area of trapezium is so equal 3 times area of triangle ABD. Oh, okay, fine. I write it down. Next, let me see how to find the area of trapezium. They asked me to find DC, right? So they asked me what is DC. Area of trapezium is half A plus B, which is 7 plus unknown, times the height. Now, I don't know the height, right? But don't panic. Don't know height, never mind lah. Let it be H. Right, I don't know the height. Let it be H. Okay. So area of trapezium, half A plus B times H. Next, equals to 3 times area of triangle ABD. Let's look at triangle ABD. Area of triangle ABD, how to find? ABD is half times base times height. Half times base is 7. Alamak. Don't know the height. We let the height be h. Now observe, both of them have multiply by h, multiply by h. What can we do to the h?
Cancel.
Very good. Cancel away. So h cancel. Not only that, do you see that there's a half here, there's a half here? I really don't like fractions. There's a half here and a half here, right? I can also cancel,
Cancel.
right? I cannot just, yeah, I can cancel. It's because everything is all multiplied together. That's why I can cancel. If this half is inside another calculation, another bracket, then I cannot anyhow cancel. But it's outside, right? It's just everything multiplied together. So I can just cancel. So 7 plus BC, which is the thing that I want to find, is equals to 3 times. Then just minus it by 7, get my answer. Are you all okay with this question? Can? Okay, can. This one must practice, right? Must practice the working, how to work backwards and find the unknown. Okay? Can I then I continue already? Okay. Next question. Oh, this one. Statistics. Paper 1 can have different type of statistics questions that links to very direct probability questions that they ask you to observe from the table, count the number, things like that. Okay, so what you can do for this type of question, combination topic. So these are some of the more slightly harder ones that involves a little bit of algebra. If you're lucky, they don't involve algebra, then they might be some type of common sense type of question like this. Okay, or maybe they even give a dot diagram, table form, bar chart, okay, things like that. So I'm just highlighting some of the harder ones. So you still need to go and take a look at the TYS and look through the simple basic ones. Make sure you know how to do that. Okay. Oh, who's here? Who's this? No, nobody is here. Is there somebody here? Oh, please. Okay, so let's begin with this question first. Now, a group of children are playing in the playground. So this is my data. Okay, let me erase this data first. If not, it's very confusing to read. First part, the question say, if the mode is 3, what is the mode? Mode means is the what data value with the highest frequency. If the mode is 3, that means 3 now, X is the one with the highest number of votes, is the highest frequency. My current highest is 13, so no matter what it is, X must be 1 bigger than 13. The question also can be the other way around, where they tell you the mode is 2. Okay, another way, example, if mode is 2, find the largest, how to spell largest? Of X. So if the mode itself is the number 2, that means this 13 must be the highest vote. Then X cannot become more than 13, then X will be equals to 12. Okay, so for this kind of question, if they ask you about mode, either they give you that this is the one with the highest frequency, or the other something else that's highest frequency, find the possible value for X. So this one is the answer for the one involving mode. Next question. The question is talking about median. If the median is 2.5, 2.5 meaning is in between 2 and 3. The data value in between 2 and 3. If it's in between 2 and 3, that means I must be able to balance up. All the data value on the left-hand side must equal to the data value on the right-hand side. So they need to balance up with each other. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to take 3 plus 5 plus 13. And then this side is x plus 9. What is the relationship between them? Take this and then put them what? right in the middle. So they
Equal.
must balance. Yes. So this side and this side must equal to each other. Then you go and solve for your value for x. Okay. So this one is given that the mean is 2.5 right in the middle. Okay. Right. Next one. Oh, this is the one that involves a bit of algebra. Okay, I've been doing it quite recently. But not sure whether it will come out or not. Okay, given that the mean is 2.425, you'll be like, so many decimal number. But never mind, chill. Okay, still doable. Just follow the steps. Mean is equals to sum fx over sum f. First, let us find what is our data. Data is the x over here, correct? Then the number of children is my frequency. So what we can do, we add up the total frequency first. Remember, this is plus x. So it's going to be something plus x, not something times x. So it's something plus x, okay? So the answer, you get 30 plus x. You add up all the number plus x. Don't give me 30x, wrong, okay? Next, let's find fx. F times x, multiply them together. 0 times 3, for goodness sake, is 0. Some people, when they panic in exam, you write the number 3. Cannot. Okay, so please be careful. 2 times 3, this is 6. 3 times x, this is 3x. 4 times 9, 36. Wow, I have Glenn with me here today. Okay, rare breed. But my Zishu is not here. This boy. Okay. Alright, so in this case, I can find the sum of my fx. So I'm going to add them all up. Okay, I have 5, 26, 36, something plus 3x. Don't add in the 3x, the 3 inside. Okay, something plus 3x. So that gives me the answer 67 plus 3x. Okay, are y'all okay with how I find the fx and the f? Y'all understand how we get this portion so far? Can? Can. Okay, then I continue with Okay, now we're gonna plug it into our equation. The mean is equals to sum fx over sum f. So mean is summation fx. What is the sum fx? Just now I calculated 67 plus 3x over here. Divide by the sum of the frequency. So it's the bottom divided by the top one, okay? The bottom one divide the top. Then this whole thing is equals to the number 2.425. So once the equation is formed, fill in already, then the rest is actually just algebra. So actually the moment you form up your equation, you already win half the battle. You just need to be more careful with the equation. Okay, so we cross multiply. So 2.425 times 30, 2.425 times x. So remember when you all multiply, you need to multiply the number inside. So don't forget this. Sometimes your multiply only got x, then you cannot get the answer. Okay, then equals to this. Then we shift around the numbers, put all the x together, divide away, we get the solution. Okay, so the remaining this portion, I'll leave you to try it out on your own again. Okay, it's all algebra, practice of the algebra only. You will notice recently now the trend, right? They put a lot of the basic algebra questions into a mixture of all the different topics. Okay, and it's not just algebra solve equation on its own only. So you must make sure your algebra is good enough. Okay, if not, a lot of questions you will meet problems with finding the final answer. Next type, that is for me equation cross multiplication, right? And then next type, this is for a simultaneous equation. Okay, for this question here, this question is actually quite tricky. It says that the total is cost of 152 loaves of bread. What is this 152 loaves of bread? Is actually, this is the number of loaves of bread, right? Read the question, number of loaves of bread. So it's actually telling you, oh, everything add up together is the number 152. So if I have all these to add up together is 152, then I can write an equation. 60 plus x plus 32 plus y equals to the number 152. Then you just shift away a number and get an answer. This part, easy, right? Can do? Cannot. Can, right? Okay, so must think positive. Yes. Okay, good. So must try. Don't leave blank. You don't know a question, then you see like, you don't understand what is it talking about, then you leave blank. Okay, try. Just try. You never know, you write down, then that is your answer already. It's just as simple as that. Okay. The next part then is a little bit more complicated. Given that the mean is what? Mean is sum fx over sum f. Just write down the formula, follow the steps. Okay, the mean is $3, so $3. So let me go and find sum fx first and sum f. My sum f given to me already, what, right? What was my sum f? My sum of everything is the number 152. So sum f, taken care of. Okay, so now I need to find fx. So I multiply $2.20, 60 loaves. This is 3.1x, 112, 4.4y. Double check because sometimes I press calculator wrongly. Okay, so double check the answer whether is it correct or not. So sum fx, notice I got x and y, leave it. So I can only add 132 and 112 together. So I will get 224 plus the x plus the y. Where did my x go? I cross multiply. I write this as, maybe I should put this as over 1. Cross multiply. Then I get my number. I don't want to do 4, shift over. Answer shown. Okay. For this kind of question, even if they don't tell you to show, you don't know how to show, you have this equation, you can still solve the equation. So the part C, even if you cannot do part A, cannot do part B, I can do part C. X plus Y equals to 60. Then the other one is 3.1x plus 4.4y equals to 212. I do not know how you want to do your working, whether you want to use elimination or substitution is up to you. If you do elimination, same sign, subtract. Sign meaning sign for the variable that you want. Let's say I want to make x the same. Both in this case are positive. So same sign, you subtract. Okay. If I have different sign, you add them together, DSA, right? You add them together. So the sign, let's say, this one is the same sign. Let's say 1 negative, 1 plus. Then you add them together, make it disappear. Okay. Or if you want to do eliminate substitution, in this case, this is still quite nice because x can be equals to 60 minus y. You just substitute and get the answer. No problem. This one, the answer key has been given to you. Use your own method, you can solve it. So far, are you okay with this question? If you're okay with this question, can you just raise your hand and let me know? Are you okay? Confirm? Sure? Can The rest no response, I also don't know. Okay, confirm. Okay, good. If it comes out, you have an advantage, Okay, let's say it does not come out with such a complicated question. Who knows, maybe that might appear in paper 2, and then the easier question appear in paper 1. Now, I purposely chose this question because yesterday I wanted to highlight this. Okay, first part. Explain, they like to ask recently, I like to ask all the explain why is it like that, right? Explain why this statement may not be true. They say the same number of black cars. Black cars? Okay, black car is 90 degree, black car also is 90 degree. But the total number of cars that I sold each year may not be the same. I do not know. We do not know the base values of each year. If you even want to explain the total number of cars sold in 2018 and 2019 might not be the same. There is no numbers for calculation. Okay, there is no base value for calculation. So in this case, you state something that is very logical that you can explain from it. There's no numbers. We don't do the calculation at all. How do I know whether they are the same or not the same? All right, so in this case, even though the angle is the same, but because the base value is not the same, so I really don't know what is the actual value. Okay, next part. Nice.
Does
Yes.
base value means?
Base value means the total number
Oh.
for you to calculate that sector. So the actually it just means the total number lah. Yeah. But
You-
because different cases may not be called total value. It may be total car, total results, total whatever lah, total score. Okay, so I just call it base value. Okay, but if you don't remember base value, you just write something very logical. The total number of cars may not be the same. Okay, next question. What percentage? Now they never give you any numbers over here, and yet they ask you to calculate percentage. Then let me bring your attention to one of the keyword in this question. What is the keyword here?
Accurate.
Yes. What does the word accurate tells me to do?
Use projector.
Yes, correct. Use the protractor and measure the angle. I literally put my protractor on top of it and I
Sure.
measure lah, okay?
Sure.
You got how many? Yes, what happened?
If you measure with the projector, right, then like, how do you read? Oh,
How to read?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know which side is like inside or
Okay,
outside.
wait. Oh, okay. Okay, wait. I don't have a picture of a protractor right now. Okay, let me just roughly sketch. Okay, if this is my protractor, I should have a semicircle that look like that. Right? I put the center here, 0. Okay, this is my 0, right? I want to start measuring from this line, right? The 0 must be from here. There might be 2 layers. You see where is the 0. You look for the one start from 0. Look at 0. Then you turn, follow the angle. So from 0 to that number, then you read the value. Okay, if you are not sure, tomorrow morning you come, I show you. I give you example. Okay, so you must see the 0. Where is the 0? 0 must match your starting point. The 0 pointing to your starting point, because they are inside and outside number. So I do not know where your 0 is. You must see the 0 that is pointing towards the line that you want. There's another 0 here, but this 0 is pointing towards this side, which is not this one. So I read the 0 that is pointing towards this line. Then I start reading it. Okay. I know. Later, Lynn, later I take picture, I send you, okay? I take picture how I put the protractor and measure, then I send you. Can?
Okay, thank you.
If not, you can't find me tomorrow morning how to draw, how to measure angle, okay? Alright. Oh no. So this one I measured is 55 degree. I used the protractor measure. I didn't have my hyperpaper. I don't know whether is it correct or not accurate. Not correct one. I estimated, okay? So I take the percentage. This is 55 degree out of my total. It will be 360 degrees. I calculate my percentage. As usual, I don't like to write numbers that are not exact, so I try to keep in fraction. But if you write in 360 for percentages, it's acceptable. Okay, so just highlight this question. Is this okay? Can oh no, it's going to be 3 o'clock. I'm still very far away from the paper. Okay. Next question, highlight. Okay, why I purposely choose this question? Number one, it involves standard form. It involves addition, subtraction of some numbers. Number two, just now I highlighted on the word million. Now I want to highlight on the word billion. Billion, then all the million, don't know what, they're all power of 3 one. Increase by power of 3. A by 3, number of 3. So one is power 6. That's for million. This one is billion, is power 9. Okay, this kind of numbers, they won't give you times 10 to power how many. But for other numbers, like let's say picometers, millimeters, maybe they will give you times 10 to power negative something. Okay, but the more common ones, this one that they don't give you is the billion and million. So how do you complete this one in standard form? They just write this in million, billion or times 10 to power 9. It's as simple as this. You just need to know it's times 10 to power how many. That's all. Okay, the basic one. Next, how many more people live in Germany than in Ghana? So just minus off. Take this one minus this one. I use my calculator literally. This is my answer. Read the question. They want give the answer in million. So 1 million got 6 zeros. So I divide by the 6 zero, which is 10 to the power of 6. Then I get my answer. Okay? Can? Right? If you are not sure, you want to find out more about the different types of money units, you go online, Google and ask Google what are the different type. Trillion. Trillion is 10 to the power 12. Okay. Next one, population of Finland is approximately 1/20th, so 1/20th of whatever number. Again, they give the question in million, so divide by 10 to the power 6. This one doable, right? Okay, I'm gonna speed up a little bit. I need to focus on more things. Next page. Now I'm gonna cover a little bit more on polygons. This one I've done a few times in class already. You all should be quite familiar with it. Just want to highlight. The regular ones are hexagon, pentagon. So I purposely chose this one that is an octagon. In case you're not sure, octopus got 8 legs, so octagon is 8 sides. Okay, so to find the size of an interior regular polygon, this was something repeated in 2023 TYS paper 2, one of the question. But you never know, it can come out in paper 1. So you know how the formula, n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Okay, remember, this is interior angle of regular polygon. Right, so you need the 2 keywords, interior and regular. Then you get your answer. And of course, if I know this angle is 135, I can find 45 degrees. Okay, we are done in class, a total sum. This one I just chose the one with the quadrilateral. If it's other cases, sometimes they can test like if it's not 4 sides, maybe it's 5 sides or 6 sides or whatever. You have to find the n minus 2 times 180 to find the total interior angles first. Form an equation, then you solve the answer. All the angles add up to that number. So it's not always 360. It depends on how many sides there are in the diagram. Okay, please take note. Okay, allow me a little bit more time to go through this question in detail. The usual one that you do is the one with the ladder on the wall. So I upgraded this question to make it become like the 4 or 5 marks question type, and you have to think of the answer on own, that kind of question. Okay, using the same concept, but it's a bit slightly harder. Okay, first part, the question tells you this ladder makes an angle of 60 degrees with the floor. So this one is 60 degrees. The lower end is 1 meters away. So the first part of the question is, the moment I have this triangle, it's a right angle triangle, right? I know some of you use sine rule. Please do practice your tokasu. The moment I have this, right? This is the angle 60. This is my length 1. Okay, what can I find? I do not know what I can find, but I definitely find something because there's no other number. And this number 0.7 is only for this portion, it's not for the whole height. So if only if I need to find, if I can find the whole height, I will know this. Or I can find this portion, the ladder itself. Because when the ladder slides down, the length of the ladder stays the same. So first, I find what is BC using my O over A tangent. So O over A tangent, tangent 60, opposite over adjacent. Since the unknown is at the top, multiply the denominator away. Answer. For this part, BC. Next one, what else can I find? I know the ladder slides down to the other side. So when it slides down to the other side, the length of the ladder stays the same. BA equals to XY. The ladder stays the same. So now I use my triangle again. Either I can use Pythagoras theorem or Tokaso. So in this case, I use Tokaso. CAH cosine 60 adjacent over the hypotenuse. So since this is in a diameter, I swap these two positions. I get my answer BA is 2. So if I know that this is the measurement, so I use my next part, they shifted down, right? Drop down, slide down by 0.7 meters. So from here, I have 1.732. Slide down 0.7. What can I find? 1.732. Slide down 0.7. What can I find? I can find
Y.
Yes, thank you. I can find CY. So here is the length of CY. Next, just now we say already the ladder is the same length. So that means in my diagram here, this part is 2 meters. This part is the one that we found just now, we minus away. So now I have two sides. The opposite, the hypotenuse, I want to find the angle. Then I use Tokasu. O over H, sine inverse, answer. By right, sine inverse got two answers, one acute, one obtuse. But obviously, this question is asking for the acute angle, so I only gave one answer. Okay, so this question is easily 4 to 5 marks, cut the number of steps. But nowadays, they like to, if they don't put it in the middle, in front for Tokasu, it will be at the back, then they ask you one question, ask you to solve. Either paper 1, if not paper 2. Okay, so please take note. Right, difficult question, but if you think, you might do about, right, slowly. Next question. Just now I was saying, where did it go to? Give me a minute. That's my trapezium. Sine positive number. Sine positive value got two answers, acute and obtuse. Remember, sine positive value got two answers, acute and obtuse. Now, let me go back to this question. The area of a triangle, and there was no picture, A, B, C. No picture, never mind lah. I sketch my own picture, correct or not? So I make a rough sketch ABC, just anyhow ABC. AB is this number, BC is this number. They say find the two possible sides of angle. That means they want two answers for angle ABC. But they only give me the formula, the area of triangle. So area of triangle, which formula should I use? Half times B times C or half AB sine C? Look at the diagram. They give me what? Two sides, right? So I should use which one? Half times B times C or half AB sine C? The response.
Half
Hello,
A.
hello. Yes, thank you. Okay, yeah, you're the only survivor. The rest, are you still alive? Okay, one person raised our hand. Still alive. Okay, can. Yeah, y'all gave me some reactions. Still alive. You're not sure of your answer, is it? Or you're too shy to tell me answer? Don't like that, lady. I talk to myself very sad. Okay. Alright, so area of triangle half A, B, sine C. I really don't know. I just put in the number half A, B, sine C. Then how do I find sine? I get rid of the half, so times 2. Get rid of these, get rid of these, so divide away. Then last but not least, I lazy to press calculator, so I put sine inverse of the whole thing. Now remember, they want two answers. So first one is my acute answer. How am I going to get my second answer? How to get second answer?
180 minus the answer for acute.
Thank you very much. May you get A for your math. Okay, 180 minus this answer. Okay, yes. All right. Okay, so then therefore we get two possible answers. So when you do sine inverse, always got to be careful. There can be two different answers. Sometimes the question says find the obtuse angle of ABC. Then your answer will have to be this one only lah. Okay, so we read according to the question. Oh my god, I have so many other questions I cannot finish. Is it okay we take a break at 3 p.m. then we continue? Because I got many questions I need to go through, right? Okay, this question over here is something similar. I'll leave you to do Tuakasu and everything I own. Just that I want to highlight the last part. I purposely set it such that it's related to angles on parallel lines and showing whether is the line parallel to each other. Okay, how do I know whether is the line AD parallel to BC? If AD is parallel to BC by interior angles on parallel lines, angle plus angle should give you 180 degrees. This angle over here plus this angle over here should give you 180 degrees. And it look very much like they are like parallel to each other. But are they not? I do not know. I have already done part 2. Question say, show is a right angle triangle. This one, you better make sure you memorize this exact writing, this kind of answer. You don't give me some square root or some other number. Okay, make sure you learn it. Okay, right? So if I already know that this is definitely 90 degrees, and I found my angle in part A. Part A asked me to find this angle. I found, let's say I found that. Now the question remaining is ask me to find this angle and check whether are these two lines parallel to each other or not. So what I need to do is I need to make sure 1, 2, 3, the 3 angles add up to 180. So what I did is I found the angle, the small angle at the side here. Then I realized that, oh, the 3 angle 90 plus 36.9 plus 50.1 is add up to 177 degree. It is not 180. If it's not 180, can they be parallel? No, right? So by interior angles on parallel lines, AD is not parallel to BC. Can you please take a look at this question? Is this okay? Got a bit of idea? An idea how to do? Okay, good. Alright. I've been speaking for a very long time. Can I just take a 2 minutes break? I stop the video recording first, then I'll come back again, the second half of it. I will got a lot more questions to do, definitely. Right, I'll be back in 2 minutes time. I'll see you again. Thank you. Bye bye. In 2 minutes time, I'll take a break.